SEO is dead for roofing.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I cannot. It's serious.
Now, I know there are going to be people watching this video who are going to say, oh, you're wrong, and throw out their hate out there that no SEO works. If you have any of that hate, just leave it in the comments below. It's okay. We all can have our own opinions on this. That's fine. So what I want to show you here today, along with Steve here, is why SEO doesn't work for roofing anymore and what does work for SEO. Steve, something you want to add on this? By the way, I'm Kerry from Roofer Grow. This is Steve, also from Roofer Grow.
I'm
And Steve,
Steve.
something you want to add here?
Yeah, like we would know this. So we've gone through the entire cycle of seeing SEO from the start. I was a contractor for 10 years. So if you go back to 2007, Kerry was my SEO company. That's exactly what Kerry's company did. He knows this inside and out. I've experienced from the contractor side inside out. It used to work. It's worked up until, a number of years ago. Then it's been degraded in a bunch of different ways, and it's been done on purpose by Google so that they can make more money. It's going to be pretty clear exactly how they've done that here in a sec.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here really quickly. And this here is what you're going to see. So this is a typical search you might see. And I've set myself in Seattle using a tool called I Search From, put myself in Seattle. So roof replacement, roof insulation, roof replacement, same thing. We'll just throw roof replacement in there. That's a common search that you're going to see. Now, when you look at the search results page for Seattle here, you're going to see right away 2 sponsored listings. All right. Right at the top. Those are Google paid searches. So the first thing that you see are Google paid searches. Then you're going to see the Google My Business listing. Now, on some searches, as an example here, looking at from my location, you're going to see the Google My Business listing or the LSA right at the top. So you have LSA there, you have the sponsored listings, and then you get the maps listings. Sometimes you'll even get the AI take over and give you an answer as well. So stuff gets pushed down even further. So you have paid, then you have the maps or the Google My Business listing. Now, the way this works is that I'm showing you Seattle here, and I'll just zoom out. So let's say you're in South Seattle, and you want to be found on this listing in North Seattle. You're not going to be, because the way Google does it is that they will show the results based on your location and who tends to be closest or most relevant to you.
There
So you
is
could,
ways to game that system, but those have been really restricted and
yep,
clamped down on too. So
exactly. So it, you could say, hey, I want to show up at number 1 here in the maps listing for the whole area of Seattle. It's not going to happen because it's going to show who's closest. And that just makes more sense, because if you're looking for, let's say, a restaurant nearby where you live, it's going to show you the restaurants nearby, not someone that's 30, 40 minutes away, unless you're looking in that specific area. Same thing goes for roofing and other home services. Now, as you scroll down even further, you're going to get people also ask. So right now, you still haven't even seen the top organic listing yet. So you have these 4 questions that are asked. Then you've got Reddit, which is an authority site. So it's not even a roofing business. It's a big website with lots of authority, lots of people using it, lots of traffic, and even other websites linking to it. So it's going to show up quite a bit. Then you start getting, here's one right away. So they're probably a big roofing company, been around a while.
then finally, it got to the #1 listing in Seattle, Washington for roof replacement. But look at my potholes that people had to go through to get down there. So first there was Google guaranteed. Let's say 30% of people, they don't go farther than Google guaranteed. And like, let's say they're on their phone. Let's say they're on mobile. So it even seems farther down. So 30% of people get trapped with Google guaranteed, right? So boom, they click it. They don't scroll down any further. Another 30% click on one of the ads below that. Another 30% click on one of the maps listing. Probably another percentage click on that Reddit post, and they get lost on Reddit going around the cost of roofs in Seattle, or they click on one of those questions. What's left, right? So we did this as a test for something in Chicago a number of years back, where we got to #1 organically ranked in Chicago, population 10 million people. We were #1 overall, and it was generating a few calls a month, right? Which is wild. It's like, so Google has purposely pushed it down. So organic, you can still rank #1, and there's a handful of companies that are going to rank #1. But what does it mean? Like, what does it matter? So this is where we say it's dead. It's not like you can't rank #1. You can, but what's the benefit, right?
Yeah. And the benefit, but the time it will take as well, and the amount of work you have to get to do to get above these ones that have been there for a long time, had been in business a long time, have a website that's quite old too. Google counts that too. If your website domain is older, you get more authority from Google. And we've done tests looking at this to see which ones are at the top, and they're almost always the oldest that you'll see. So, in order to, let's say, beat out Chet's Roofing here, because obviously they've done some really good SEO over the years, you're going to have to do more than they've already done and do more than they're currently doing to beat them. And that's not even a guarantee that you're going to beat them. It can take years to get there.
So
So
then, yeah, like imagine if you're like everybody else, and let's say you're only in the top 20, right? Let's say you're not number one, two, or three, which the one, two, and three is probably companies that have been doing SEO for like 20 years. And we were like, SEO used to work before there was all the other junk added on top. It used to work a lot better, but it just doesn't anymore. So.
it doesn't at all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to load up I'm going to share something different here. I'm just going to load up a whiteboard. And let's get the new whiteboard here. Okay. So let's say you're doing SEO and you're spending $2,000 a month on SEO. So you've paid a business to do $2,000 a month SEO. And let's say, okay, so they're saying to you, you know what? We think you can get you to the first page, not even the top spot, in 12 months. You're looking at $24,000 that you've spent without even a guarantee that you can get to the top spot, and likely not one single lead out of that. Let's say they say, okay, 24 months will get you to the top half of the first page. There's $48,000 out of your pocket. $48,000 with possibly zero leads and zero guarantee that you're going to be in the top spot to get leads for your roofing business. Can you afford that? If you can afford it, great. But also you still need to be getting leads from somewhere. You can do your door knockers, all that stuff. But there are ways to start getting leads within the first few days of doing other online marketing. And that other online marketing can be Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, can be Google, whether it's Google search ads, Google LSA that you saw there with the local service ads, and YouTube. So let's say, for example, you're doing Instagram. Well, let's do Facebook and Instagram ads. All right. And let's say you're spending $50 a day as your budget, which is $1,500 a month. All right. And it's not out of the question to see that you're going to get a lead. So either a phone call, a form fill from your Facebook and Instagram ads for about $50 a piece. All right. So $50 each. So let's say, as an example, that you are able to close your $50 lead, say one of every four, or even one of every five. Let's just say one of every four. If you're closing, let me just, as an example here, say one of every four. So four times 50. All right. So your cost per acquisition, $200. For that $200, you can get 7 to 8 roofing jobs. All right.
So, and that $48,000 could have bought, divided by 200, could have bought 240 leads.
Yep.
And let's say each roofing job I'm just picking numbers here, is $15,000, right? So 240 leads, and let's say your closing rates like, even like 25%, right? So 60 installations times $15,000, right? That's almost $1 million of revenue. And I guarantee your $48,000 that you put in SEO probably generated 7 phone calls during that time, and maybe you sold one or two jobs. You did not generate $1 million of sales. You might have generated 20 or $30,000 of sales. So
Exactly.
then what the SEO companies will say is like, oh, it's a long-term thing. You don't want to give up now because you lose the progress you made, and it's just a money pit. It's a black hole that you're never going to get your money back out of.
Exactly. And if you're a roofing business that's been in business for a few months, a few years? Can you afford to be spending that much money on SEO? Whereas you could be investing in Facebook and Instagram ads, or even Google search ads that we showed you there, where you can be near the top and start getting leads right away. Yes, you're not going to close every single lead or every single phone call you get, but figure out what it takes to make money when you're spending, say, let's say your cost per acquisition is $200 or $300, and you're making a gross profit of $15,000-$20,000 on a roof. I think you can figure out what your return on investment is there. It's pretty high compared to the money you're putting into SEO with a hope and a dream that you're going to get to the top of the first page. And you've got a ton
If
of
you still want to
competition there.
pursue it, like
Yeah.
it's not a horrible idea. Like every single market has a handful, and I mean like three or four companies that probably absorb 80 or 90% of all the SEO traffic for, roofing or a given industry in that area. So, it's a long shot, but since it's a long shot, you can have a small budget, and we have these even on our packages. You can, or we've had these for like a number of years. We don't offer it currently anymore, but it's like you can just put a little bit of money into it, spread it over a long period of time, and hopefully you are one of those companies over time, but don't put all your marbles into it. It's not worth it.
Definitely not, especially if you're a smaller company. Now, there is a solution for this, and here's what you can do. So, what you want to do is there's a link in the description below. This is our website. Head over here. You can find out more about us. You can book a demo call with us. We'll show you everything we do, show you all the pricing, everything. You can look at this and we'll talk to you. We'll show you it all. And you can start getting leads a whole lot quicker than you can with SEO. So again, link is in the description below. If you have any comments or questions, even if they're hate comments, leave them in the comments below. Like, share this. This really helps us. And Steve, anything else you want to add here?
No, I mean, one other thing, it's like, so feedback that we've had telling people about this in person is like, oh, no, no, you don't understand. It's like you just be doing SEO wrong. Okay, so, that's fine. So you have a quicker way to get to number one. That's not going to take like a year or two, some magical bullet. That's great, but it still doesn't answer the question. You're still so far down. Who cares if you're number one? Because that's the whole game, and that's what people try to pitch you on is get to number one. And our point is it doesn't even matter if you're number one. It doesn't move the needle. And because you haven't got to number one, you haven't experienced what it's like to be there. We've had many clients get to number one, and it doesn't create the results that people think it does. So that's the missing piece of information that people don't have. It doesn't do what you think it's going to do. So
That's right.
don't
And
do SEO.
if you're a consumer whose roof is leaking and they need help right away, they're going to go search and they're not going to go down that far. They're going to find the first person they can find, usually right away in the sponsored listings, or even if they get a little further down in that maps listing, that's what they're going to look for. So you need to be where those people are, where it's easy to be clicked on by people who are looking for your services. So again, click the link in the description below if you want to get more info about how we can help you. And hopefully this information will help you with your roofing business and what you should be doing with your marketing. All right. Thanks very much.
Thanks, everybody.